Okay, here we are again. Steve Bright doing some home repairs on a brand new Squier, Fender, Mustang, Bullet, short scale, hard-tailed, blue guitar. We're going to change some things. We're going to make some things over again. We're going to do some work on the headstock. We're going to replace the tuners with the good old-fashioned F-type tuners from Fender. These are original Fender product, so we'll see how they're going to fit. We've got to try them out. And we may replace the knobs with silver and go from black to silver on the knobs. I'm going to change the little stupid things to roller ones for the strings, the string holders. We're going to put brand new Fender strings on, and then we're going to set it up and get it adjusted to the way I like it. So, the other thing, I just unwrapped this the other day, and it's still got plastic underneath a lot of the screws and stuff. I'm going to get all that shit off today and set this up nice the way I like it. Okay? So we'll be back in a minute when I get everything together. And we may redo the fingerboard too. Put some inlay on there. We're going to do some color on the headstock. I've got an idea about a design. Rather than doing the whole thing, I'm going to use some Sharpie paint marker, blue, to do this. And I'm going to do a two-tone on the headstock. Be back. Don't go away. All right, so here we are in the middle of the project. I got all the old tuners out. I've got the new tuners. These are the F-style with the hole, the split top, where you can bury the string right in them. I also had to use some different bushings. I'm going to have to line them with some tape to make them fit in the bigger holes, but that'll all work out just fine. It's just going to be a little bit more time. On the other side, I already reset the fingerboard. I took off the other string guards. I'm going to put the new ones on that are rollers instead of those silly loopy things. Those will go on. I'm probably going to do some design on the fingerboard, and I'm going to do a little bit of a paint job here. And this is really ugly looking nut in this guitar. I don't know why it's so grayed out, but it's really pukey looking. So I think I'm going to knock that out and just hit it black and get it black, just to make it look a little better, because it looks disgusting the way it is now. And I'll clean up the frets, and I think that'll about do it. And I took out all the little pieces of plastic that get embedded in from the delivery from here and here. Then I reset the pickup heights. I set the string action. All that is already done. I'm just going to gild the lily now, putting on the new tuners and doing a paint job and fixing up the fretboard. Be back. Okay, we're back on the job again here, customizing the headstock with blue Sharpie marker paint, not magic marker. This is real paint, and we're going to do it all the way around here. Over this side, maybe you can see better. We'll see. Oops, sorry. I'll try to keep my head out of the way. Now this is a blue guitar, and I thought it would be cute if I added a blue headstock. I've marked off the Squier markings with tape. I'm going to try to maintain the originals and just do this with a little color here.
Sorry, I didn't see the sock on the door of my medical practice. I was leaving you. All my friends in New York are evolving. Going to openings, parties, first run movies, getting married in the New York Times. When I get back to New York, I'm moving with one of those
doesn't look too bad, I don't think. We'll find out when we're done. There's no going back. We entered into a bold undertaking that may look horrible, but we're doing it because it's my guitar. So here we go on the front side. Now you can see I masked over the original things. I tried to put decals on another guitar one time and it didn't work out too great, especially if you go with a darker color. If you go with a lighter color, you might be able to get away with it. But if you try to do a darker color and then trying to put the decals on, they don't really show worth a damn. You blend this while it's wet, it works pretty good. I already had a nightmare on another Squier doing it with black. I tried to put it on and go over it afterwards, but that didn't work out too great. Okay, it's all done, front and back, sides. We'll see how this works out. Another amazing adventure. But like I said, once you start this, there ain't no going back. It is what it is. It'll be what it'll be. Like Doris told you years ago, que sera, sera. Let's take a good close look. See what it looks like. See, it looks kind of streaky drying. That's the front. Flip it over and look at the back. You can see there's a piece of tape over the writing there. We'll see how it looks when it's all dry. I don't know. Be back for another exciting adventure. Well, we're back. Here's the guitar anyway. I love the metal flake blue. The other blue on the headstock doesn't really match it perfect. It's just in the neighborhood. The next thing I got to do is work on these, the eyes that go in the front. They're too small around the sides, so I got to tape them. I'm going to put tape around the inside here to make them a little bit bigger so they fit tighter into the holes. That's a bit of a project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6. So we got all 6 of those. So that's the next thing. I'll use some black tape and cut it into thin strips and make the head to go around those head pieces. And that's the next big thing we're doing next, is to get the tuners in. All right, stick around. Let me show you a little bit about what we're going to do here. So I'm going to take the black tape, find the end of the roll. Holy cow. It's so simple. Anyway, I'll be back. All right, so what we're doing is making some tape wraps to go around this here to make it a little bit bigger so that it fits in the hole that's too large better. Now, Dave, in the wonderful world of fun stuff, says you should use foil tape. I don't have any foil tape, so I'm using electrical tape. It seems to fill in as well. He says the foil tape will last better and not give and shrink and stuff. And I gotta believe Dave, but I want to get this done tonight, so I'm cheating and using the electrical tape. I'm going to wrap this around the inside of the hub. Stretch it a little bit while I'm wrapping to get it to fill in well and stick good. There's a bit of an overhang on this one, but that's what it looks like with the stuff. And I'm taking the grommet and wrapping it with tape to give it more bulk. And then we'll just drop it in. If you look up this end, I'll show you this drop. The drop in. The famous drop in. Here we go. We push it down and it seats fairly well. Now you can see the paint is drying out. It's a little streaky, but there ain't a darn thing you can do about it now. I could spray it with an overcoat, maybe that might level it out, but I don't think I'm gonna bother. In a while I'll peel off that tape and show you the plane. But I gotta make another grommet when we're done with that. Okay, we've finished off painting the head. I added some spray paint, which kind of made it even worse. So it's about as ugly as a guitar head can be. So it'll just have to be the funky blue guitar head, I think. And let it go at that. Nice try. Another flop on my $150 guitar. Good thing it ain't the $500 guitar. Okay, in my inimitable style of never say die, I hit it with a blue spray and it came out pretty good. And that's the patch I made to show the decals and stuff that were original, because I didn't want to lose them. And then I did the Squier on the other side and left it open and masked it off that way, which looks, I guess, a little weird, but what the hell? It's my guitar. But the finish came out fairly good. I think you can see the glow. It ain't quite as big a disaster as I thought it was. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to hit it with some clear coat, just to try to smooth it all over and see what the hell happens. So I'll be back after I spray it. So we hit it with the clear coat, and the clear coat kind of bubbled. And I think the reason is I used it cold from outside. It's probably 50 degrees, the paint itself. So what I'm going to do is let this dry overnight. I brought the clear coat into the house. I'm going to let it get up to room temperature. I'll do a light sand over this whole thing in the morning when it's all good and dry, and then bring it into the basement where it's warmer and give it another dose of clear coat and see how that goes. Okay, so we're pretty much done for the night. Okay, it's Sunday morning. We've let the thing dry overnight. The paint job isn't too horrendous. The spray lacquer over the top, the clear coat, helped settle it down a little bit. That's the front. And then here's the back. It's a little less than professional quality, but it ain't the disaster it looked like it was going to be. I like it anyway. I'm going to do a few more things. I'm going to add my name to it in gold for me, and then I'm going to do some fingerboard stuff. And then we'll finish that out and be done in a little bit. Back soon. I still got to put the tuners in. I painted over all that stuff, so the chrome is gone and it's gone to blue. And I refitted them so that they fit pretty solid in place there. So the guitar will play and work fine. It'll just not be the most perfect professional head looking stock ever done. But it ain't the worst I've ever done. Be back in a minute. Okay, so now we're going to add my name, just for the heck of it, to this place, somewhere about here. Lay it down even. Cute, personalized. The personalized guitar. Steve Bright. Cute. Now, one of the things that created a problem is you put paint or any kind of cover, there's some of the drag. So a pencil, graphite, number 2 pencil is graphite, which works as a lubricant. So we're going to add some number 2 pencil into all these grooves with a string slide to help them move easier, like that, and to compensate for the drag that might be created by the clear coat that's over. We're going to do that inside these holes too. Put some graphite in there so that the tuners will turn better. I think a little chicken soup, it won't hurt. So that's done. And the name's on. I put my name on. And then we're going to start working these guys down and see how this will work out. I'll put them on. Back in a minute. Now these stickers are not the best ones. These are not Giacomo. Giacomos are the best. This one doesn't have a covering on the front side of the inlay, so you got to kind of put it down carefully and try to place it where you want it to be, which is a little bit of a bugger. Not impossible, just gives you very little action room for an error. These are very tight, but hopefully they'll stick well. And we got our first button to cover. So we'll try to do this as best we can. Now this is a short fretboard. I think what I'll do is lay these down and then hit it with the X-Acto knife and take the edge off here. I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about. We get in close. Because this is a shorter 25-inch scale, or a 24-inch scale, I think, instead of the 25.5, you lose a little bit of length in the in between the frets. So that piece come off. So that'll work out okay. So we just hit it with the X-Acto knife right at the fret, and it'll shave off any pieces that are kind of overhanging. So that's okay. So we'll keep on going. Put the rest of these inlays on. It's a little awkward. Maybe I could use the knife as a holder, like that. And then I can place it and move it around a little bit before we land it where we want. Yeah, that worked out good. Alright, then we got another cover to cover. Fret mark. So we'll take this sticker off. Try to carefully place it. This one has got a lot of pieces to it. So we want to... that top one doesn't line up very well, does it? So maybe we'll lift that one and move it to the X-Acto knife and go under, pick it up, put it back on the X-Acto and place it again in a better place so it looks more aligned. All right, so we can get closer than that, and we'll do that all the way down. Not bad. Not bad. The chicken should work. I like using a knife as a holder place. I hate sticking my fingers all over this. I think it uses up some of the adhesive property of the adhesive. How are we doing with view? Move down a little bit. Try to get this on best we can to cover the spot and make the connection. That's pretty good. There's the final piece on this setup. This is the back edge of the blade to smooth it in. Now we've got another fret marker. You can lift this off easily. It's pretty good. Look at this one.
Years ago, when Bluebell was left by that hurricane, people lost everything. Most of all, they lost hope. They're talking about moving out, deserting the town, and starting over. The town's founder, Cyrus, Phineas, Jeremiah, John, he got together with some of the town leaders. They spent the whole night fishing. The next morning, there was food everywhere. And, people ask, where did it all come from? Cyrus made up that story about friendly pirates.
I knew there were pirates.
Yeah, no pirates.
Okay, so we'll finish that down the rest of the way and show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, now we got all the inlays in, all the way down. They look pretty good. That part come out pretty nice. I think you can see that looks good. No problem at all. The only thing we'll do with that to sort of make sure it sticks down good is to use a pick, a stiff Alice pick, and just flatten them out onto the fingerboard. Make sure they're making as good a contact as you can get. And that'll be the end of this part of the project. So we'll do that all the way down. And then we'll start doing the tuners. That's going to be the hardest part. The tuners up in the head are the next to come. I've got to place them and set them all up. That goes in from the back and they screw in. And I'll show you that way. So we'll be back when we get to the tuners. So, meanwhile, back at the ranch, when you think you've run into every problem you've ever seen, they sent me 6 of these grommets. And 5 of them are right, and 1 of them is too small to accept the piece, okay? So what I had to do is take a step ringer and a pair of pliers and ream this out with the pair of pliers in the step reamer to make the hole inside just a little bit bigger to accept the grommet. Well, for the grommet to accept the tuner at the correct size. What a pain in the ass. I can't believe they shipped one of them wrong. Welcome to China. Oh no, this is official made to spec by Fender. This is a Fender genuine part. Fender genuine part. Made in Japan. Okay? So the Japanese guys who made this stunk. Or they just packaged it wrong. What a pain in the neck. So anyway, I think we fixed the problem and we're moving on. We're going to install this. I got to make another piece of tape for that to settle in so it'll work in there correctly and lodge in the center of the hole. Unbelievable. So when you think you've seen everything there is to see, you probably haven't. Anyway, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're back. Now we fixed the other side. We got the grommets in place that line up the tuners on the other side. Now these all have to drop in and line up. Let's bring you in tight here. Okay? So we'll get these lined up first and then we'll start the first hole. Because we got to drill these all out new. See the screw holes over here from the original tuners that were in there. So these guys share the ride, so to speak. So we got to line these up, drop them down, start at one end and work your way down so that they'll all eventually line up together. So there's the first one. So what we're going to do is move the crowd down this end of the table. Okay, we're going to drill a hole. We've got screws here to go in here somewhere. What the heck did I do with them? Be right back. Okay, so we drilled the first hole and placed the first screw. Now we're lining up the second and getting ready to put the screw in there. Because these share a screw for each one of these things. Let's do that. Place the second screw into the hole. I hope. Some of these are slotted. Jesus. One of those screws is a slot head. All the rest of them are Phillips. Of course, the one I picked up was the slot head. And they're all in the same bag. So go figure that one out. So the screw actually lines up the tuner to the next one and then locks it in place. Oh, what a pain in the neck that is. So then we'll line up this one for the next one and drill that hole. Start another screw in here. So that's the third screw. These are a bit of a pain to do. So anyway, we're going to drill them out and place the rest of them. I'll get back to you in a minute. Now everybody tell you got to do this by hand, but it's really hard to drill these with my arthritic old hands. So I got a brand new drill tip, and we'll go real easy and try to sink this with power. Because I didn't drill the holes all the way down, I just drilled them into place. So that's that one. So what I'm going to do is drill the next hole. You see this okay? We broaden out a little bit. And maybe I'll move the camera to the other side. See if I can get a better view of what the heck the old guy is doing. Old man and a guitar. Alright, so I got this one lined up. I'm going to drill this hole. Just the pilot start off. I don't want to go too deep. I want it to bite all the way down. So this is a brand new drill bit. If I can get the screw into the hole, you might have a chance of putting it in. So let's finish this screw in first. Then we'll put this one down tight. There. Then we'll line up the next one and drill it. We've only got a couple left to do. And then that'll be that for the tuners. Another slotted screw. I don't understand. Half of these are slotted and half of them are Phillips. Crazy. I don't know why they give you a choice like that. Back up a little bit until I place down the second and last one. So that'll line up better. So we'll line up this one, we'll line up that one. We'll take our drill and drill the hole for this one. And to stop that one. And then we got one last one to drill at the very bottom. See if we got a Phillips. No, it's slotted. That's slotted. That's slotted. That's a Phillips. Geez, I don't know what these guys are thinking. Alright, that's to start in that one. I'll finish this one. Then we'll drill the bottom hole. And then this will be the end of it. So see, you can use a power drill as long as you're careful. I mean a power screwdriver. Doing the other way is crazy, I think. It's way too hard. They didn't give me another Phillips head screw. Oh yeah, this one. So they gave you 7 Phillips and 7 slotted. I don't know why. We'll land the bottom and we'll check all the rest of these and make sure they're tight. Is anybody wiggling? No, they're all snug and secure. So that's good. All right, so all the tuners are in. Let's make sure all the tuners turn. They turn hard, or a little hard because they're brand new, and it's their first time running. So that's good. So that's the tuners. Let's flip this over, and you can see these are the F-style tuners, which are the ones I like. Nice, huh? Not bad. It's coming around. It's coming around. It's coming around. So we figured out the problem. We fixed this one, made it fit. The tuner works. All that stuff is done. The fingerboard has been redressed. Let's take a spin over here. Let's take a look. So the paint job didn't go great, but it isn't the most atrocious, although I guess it is by professional standards, but I'm a home guy. So that's all done. Next, we're going to put those little roller wheels in to hold the strings down. They're going to go in right in here, here and here. There's two spots. Be right back. Okay, we're getting ready to put the string holders down. One thing you want to do is you put the screw in and then check the side height and make sure the screw is not going to penetrate the bottom, which it doesn't. So that's a good thing. So we're going to set these in with the string pusher forward, or going back towards the fretboard, I should say, not forward. This will start by hand and maybe use the power. Nah, it's going easy enough. We'll put the light on, cast a little light on it, and we'll screw these down tight. Make sure they're going in the right direction. When we land them, maybe I will go power, because these screws are a little longer, I think, than what the other ones were. Oh, good, and it broke off. So there's one reason you don't want to use power. I broke the screw off. So now what I got to do is drill another hole beside where that one is, just a little bit further back, and it'll still be fine. We'll hide the screw underneath, the hole underneath there. Maybe I'll try to put the original screw back in over here and see if we can do this one without mucking it up. Does that go through? I don't think this one will even fit through. So now I've got another situation, as they say in the trade. This is the original screw from the trimmer, and it doesn't fit. Ain't that a kick in the nose? So we'll have to find another screw that'll fit in that hole. This one fits. So we'll go back. I think it fits. It should fit. We'll go back to doing this by hand. Actually, what we'll do is start it with power and finish it off by hand. And hope to God we don't break this one. All right, so that's why they tell you not to use power equipment with this delicate stuff. So I broke the other one. Now I got to find a screw that'll fit through there. So I'll be back in a minute. Oh, that does go through. I just had to force it a bit. So now what I got to do is drill another hole with my trusty little drill bit. I'm going to go right behind, or maybe right in front of where the other one was. That's just exactly. Oh, good. So now you can see where the broken screw is. We'll take that off, put our power back in again. We'll hook this all up. We'll try to do it a little bit more carefully this time. hole. There's the power. Okay, so that's down. The hole is just about covered, not quite, but pretty good. But it puts the string holder in about the same place. So give that a push. So those are on. So even when you muck things up, you can fix it up. So, meanwhile, back at the ranch, the next thing we got to do, I think, is just put the strings on. It'll be about finished. Is it beautiful? No, it's fine. It was done at home in a home shop here in Halifax by Steve the Schmuck, guitar fixer-upper. But I like it. It looks good. So proceed with caution, as they say, and be ready for things to always go wrong, because they always do. I'll show you this when I got it all strung. Okay, so now we're getting ready to restring. We'll start with the big string. What I usually do to try to get it in and up over that thing is make a little bend in the wire. And then you got to go in through the back hole and come up through the slot like that. That little bend gets you up over the hump, which is pretty good. And then we'll just, let me come up here and show you. One of the reasons I did this whole thing was because I wanted the new tuners, the F-style tuners. The F-style tuners are the old style guitar tuners that have a slotted end. So you put the string, instead of in and out, you go right down the hole and bury the string. So the first thing we've got to do is get that tucked all the way up. And then we're going to get a wire cutter. And we're going to go up 2.5 pieces and cut it off. All right. And then we're going to go down the hole, bury it, and then we're going to wrap to the inside. All right, folks. So we're going to do that. And we're going to do this. Oh, we've got to go the other way. All right, and we're going to push the string down as far as it'll go. Oop. Well, that's not going real well, did it? So what we're going to do is push this back down again where it belongs, wrap it around one time by hand, pull it tight, put it into the tuner piece, hold it down, and fire it up. Now with this, there's no string ends hanging out. I think it makes it look cleaner. Okay, so there's no sharp end dangling. It's pretty cool. I think that's nice. And these are the Fender nickel-coated steel guitar strings that run from size 9 to 42. They're a light string. So I'm going to put the rest of the strings on and I'll show you what it's like when it's done. But that's how you string. Here's the finished video, all done. Tuned to pitch, strings all strung, everything's replaced. New inlays. We set up this, I put the silver tune things on there. I haven't checked the intonation, but all the rest of this looks pretty good. Finished up as the new head. Beautiful? No. Suffice? Yeah, it'll do. I did it myself in my own yard. And then we're taking, flip it over, show you the back side. And here's the Fender back head. It's all blue, done in blue, and these are the new tuners. These are the F-style tuners that allow you to hide the strings deep inside. So they go in the hole down the middle, and there's no end sticking out, no sharps. We replaced the stupid string holders. We fixed the screw that we broke. You can see the hole where the screw is. Where the screw broke off, I just moved it up a little bit, reseated it, and that's the whole thing. So I think it come out overall pretty good. I'd give me a C. On the paint job, maybe a D. Came out ugly. I learned one thing about these stupid paint sticks. Never use paint sticks to paint anything more than a touch-up. It's taken me 2 times doing that to figure that out, but that's the size of it. Plays pretty good. Load the action. I just got to check intonation. But anyway, that's it. Done.